And yes, it's a yes. It's our 40th birthday. Good evening. Welcome to Friday Frothy. Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Friday Frothy. Glennie, can you believe it is our 40th show?
Just hang on, mate.
Happy birthday to us.
No, it's gone really quick, Jeff.
Hasn't it?
It hasn't gone slow at all. I've enjoyed all of it immensely so far with all the hard work the girls they're doing behind there, mate, and the show's ran quite well, I think.
Well, I think we're getting there.
I think it's going quite nicely at the moment.
Let's have a look at some stats here, Glennie. It's our 40th show. We've probably thrown a couple of little extra ones in there as well. But
we've done boats. We've been on boats. We've been everywhere. We've been in town.
Well, that was a good one. Yeah. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, 40 episodes. That's 40 weeks.
40 weeks.
40 weeks.
You're 3 months shy of a full year.
Well,
not 40 winks, 40 weeks.
I need to sleep right now. I believe we're up to 98 subscribers, so we're now 5 away from 100. I'm pumped because...
Well, yes. We come on.
Two more. We want 2 more to get to 100, guys, so get on there.
Just jump on there.
Just ring one of your friends, whoever's watching,
if you're real lucky, subscribe. If you're real lucky and you get on there, we might even have to send you a little prize for being the 100th. There's a go.
I don't like saying this, but turn it up! Turn it up! Turn it up! No, sounds all right. Now, listen, in our 40 episodes, we've also had 7 fantastic interviews so far as well, and I could talk about them, but you guys should have seen them. If you haven't seen them, make sure you get on and have a look at our interviews, because so far they've been pretty bloody smack on.
They've been great.
Let's put links in the description.
Links in the descriptions for all of our interviews. And Glennie, last night we were lucky enough to interview one of your mates.
Yeah, he's a mate of mine, and just a footballer from the past. And it was interesting, wasn't it, to talk to someone.
It was good
to find out what he thought about it. It was probably a little bit hard for Tony, because it was all about him, and he's a fairly humble sort of a man. And
sterling job, Tony. If you're watching,
sterling job, mate. But I meant every word of it. You're an absolute star, and it is hard when you're talking about yourself, mate. But you're absolute true legend and champion, mate, of Tasmanian football. And outside that as well, AFL and South Australia. Not bad, mate.
My word. So that'll be up hopefully tomorrow. So if you guys want to have a look at the interview with Tony Martin.
Yeah.
And just a quick bit of background, if you don't know, Tony Martin played VFL for Melbourne, played for Port Adelaide in South Australia in the SANFL. And in the Hall of Fame here in Tasmania for
25, top 25, and number 150. I think I don't know if I got this right. 157 was it? 157, I'm only making up, Tony. 157 of the Hall of Fame in Tasmania.
Well done. So,
but an absolute star. He's won everything, mate. William Leach medals, 2, B&Fs for Sandy Bay Football Club. And look, you know what the best thing about Tony is? He's a genuine bloke and a good, nice fella.
Likes a froth.
And likes a froth, and that's why we get on well, mate.
Always good. Now, before we start our show, guys, just want to say a quick thank you to Corey.
Corey.
Our sponsor on the Friday Frothy.
There we go, mate.
So Corey's Garden and Landscaping.
Yep, does a great job.
Put up a little thing there, Corey. Guys, if you're in Hobart, anywhere around town here, you want something done from pergolas to decks to landscaping to retaining walls, we'll put up a little bit of an ad later on. You can have a look at some of Corey's work, but his phone number...
Well, he's our sponsor.
He is.
He's our major sponsor. So, and he does a great job, so... Any rate, I'll tell you what, with all the weather and that we've got at the moment, won't be long. We'll be coming out of winter, and everything will be pushing up, mate, and we'll want those gardens, bloom, and the lawns will be growing and everything else. So he's the man.
So get on to Corey. His phone number's rolling across right now, I believe it is.
Good on you, Corey.
And also, guys, just a reminder to jump on board our Facebook page as well, because there's always a lot of stuff going on.
Absolutely.
On Facebook. So... Glennie, we're going to start the show like we normally do with Out With It, because there's a fair bit going on this week. Again, anyone who's new and hasn't seen the show before, Out With It is basically anything that gets on our goats, anything that upsets us during the week in sport, which usually happens.
Which is a lot, because there's a lot of sport and there's a lot going on.
So this is Out With It. Out With It! Well, I'm going to start off Out With It tonight, Glennie, with Gil the Dill.
Gill the Dill.
You know who I'm talking
I
about.
do
Is
know.
he a new herb?
Yes, he is a herd. Herbie Gill.
Gil McLaughlin, the big honcho of the AFL, mate.
Yeah. And look, now we have been covering a lot of AFL in Out With It as of recent times.
Yep.
And we're not an AFL show. We are all sports.
Yeah, we're all sports.
But unfortunately, the AFL are doing some pretty horrific things at the moment. And,
Horrific.
True to your heart too at the moment, and mine. They don't realise they're doing it, but they are.
So Gil the Dill has come out this week and he's apologised for the security and the overzealousness of the crowd. Did you see the guy jumping the fence down here?
I did, mate, down at your game, which was the North Melbourne
Trying to
game.
stop the fight.
But he had no idea. So perhaps Jeff Kennett, one part of what Jeff got right was the fact that he said that they don't know the game.
They don't know.
So they would, if they knew the game, Jeff, it doesn't matter where they're from. Got nothing to do with it. They would not have done that had they been educated.
Glennie,
So
I thought that...
That could have been nasty, that. Couldn't it?
Well, yeah.
That security card, he could have got cleaned up by the players.
Yes.
And rightly so, too, by the way.
I seriously thought that Demetrio was bad for our sport, but, I can be a bit biased here. I know I can't.
No, he was ex-North.
McLaughlin's got to go. He has made too many mistakes.
Well, they're trying
Didn't he go? Wasn't he in court for touching up girls or something? Oh no, that was Craig McLaughlin.
It was,
the race car driver?
No, that was the guy out of...
Oh, Rocky.
Rocky, all right.
Sorry, guys, bit of a solid pause there. Craig
Hadn't
McLaughlin.
even had to think about that one.
Boy, oh boy.
Guys,
What has he done? He's changed the rules so the game's now unplayable and people don't want to go and watch it.
No.
People don't want to go to the game now because you can't cheer for your team.
We can't cheer for your team.
Because you're going to get evicted and kicked out.
The rules have gone backwards.
Gil, it's time to go,
Get
buddy.
a grip, mate.
It's
Get
time
a grip.
to go.
What it is, he's trying to be... The trouble is, Gil, you're too politically correct. You're a nice bloke.
Yeah.
I reckon you're a really good bloke. But what you're doing, mate, is you're ruining the game.
There you go.
You've ruined it. We spoke to a guy last night, and he's just one of of how many? Hundreds.
Zillions.
Of ex-footballers and supporters.
Like a bazillion.
Of people that have really had enough. And I tell you what would happen, mate, if you keep going the way you're going. What's going to happen, Jeff? No one's going. Don't go. As I said, I don't want to say that, but don't go to the football.
No.
That's what we're talking about.
And that's what needs to happen. People need to start voting with their feet.
Because it's money, isn't it?
And not going. It's expensive to go to the football.
It is.
And if you can't say what you want to say,
Take your
or
kids.
be what you want to be, make a good song.
Yeah.
Then don't go. Because, I mean, look, let's have a look at Gil's history. He's got behind... Now, whether you agree with this or you don't, he's got behind the gay marriage thing with the AFL.
Yep.
What place has the AFL got to do with that?
Nothing.
He's got behind Israel Folau. I mean, what place has he got behind that? They've got behind, they're just too...
Political. They're trying to...
It's too
stick
political.
to football.
Yeah.
And stick to everything football.
Yeah.
Anything that works in football, whether it's racism or something like that, stick with that and just make it about football. Don't make it about everything else. There's players out there that are struggling, like, as I said, gambling and everything else.
That's next.
Work in that, and, okay, well, I'll leave it, but work in those situations for kids that need a hand.
I just want to throw this in, and people might boo me, but...
Boo!
Exactly.
Oh, you're not allowed to do that.
No. So, Glenn, Hawthorn is making a tribute game this weekend.
I know. Adam Goods.
To Adam Goods.
No, I read it.
Now, the Hawthorn supporters are absolutely furious with this because exactly what you said when we interviewed Ken Peace, that Adam Goods was booed
because he did something behind the play.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, that's all lost on everyone.
Exactly
it's
right.
Lost on everyone.
Now, so everyone's going on saying this is racism, you can't
Didn't
do
start
this.
that way.
It's got nothing to do with racism.
No.
We don't boo Cyril Rioli, we don't boo Lindsay Thomas,
No.
we don't boo the megastars of the game. We boo people because they do
something
stuff.
wrong. Okay, our player, Ben Stratton, okay, he'll get booed next game. For
Pinchy.
But see, he was just trying to be like the great Craig Kelly. And he thought, oh, well, I'll just be like old Ned. Used to play for the ex-Collingwood great that played in the 80 grand final and all that. And a little bit of pinchy, bargy doesn't hurt, mate. He left a little love nest there on the back of his arm.
A message from the bleachers. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you're gonna have actually. Sorry, guys. I can't see any
from
messages
Corey.
here, so we need
Jeff, you grey-headed flog.
Yeah.
Boo!
You're evicted, mate. Get out. You're evicted. You're not to watch the show.
Oh, no, we can't be a flog, can we?
You can come back in half an hour.
You know what I did laugh? You know what I did laugh about it? The guy that was accused, yes, he's suing him. Good on you.
Well done.
But you know what made me? You know what was funny? And this is funny. But the guy that said it, what was it? You bald-headed flog. He was actually bald-headed. So that was the funny thing about it. So it's like, you know, so
it's the bald leading the bald.
It was because so that's politically correct then.
Come on, guys.
Because you're in the same team. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Go, mate.
No. I agree totally with you. So look, people out there who are watching, if you've got any thoughts on that, please send it in.
Yeah.
What if you think Adam Goods, you know, do you think it's racial? I don't think it's racial.
If they're out there, jump on and chat.
I think
jump on,
subscribe, chat. Yeah. And let's know what you think.
I think the only thing is with Adam Goods is that as it grabbed momentum, people were a little bit like sheep.
Yes.
And what happened from being booed in one game, I think the understanding from there on the next time he played was people in the other opposition teams took it a different way, and he was booed. It must have been hard for the guy, but where it went from there, when he was going up and showing a spear at the jumping at the.
You're doing this.
You're throwing the spear.
Oh.
But anyway,
hang on.
Doesn't matter.
A dart.
Doesn't matter.
Hang on.
A dart.
But,
now, Glenn, just
have a diary.
This is going to be a very long out with it, but just recap for people who haven't seen the Ken Peace for people who haven't seen the Ken Peace interview.
I love you, good football.
Just repeat what you said to Ken Peace. You were at the game when this happened. Can you?
Well, what actually happened? We sat there behind the goals. It was with my family, and I actually was sitting with Sydney Swans. We were actually. Our seat was in around Sydney Swan supporters, and I can remember it was on the wing, and it wasn't it wasn't that bad what he did really, but I can't remember what player it was, but he got him behind the play, and when the game, this was probably late into the first quarter. He wasn't booed at the start of the game, no, Jeff.
Of course not.
He wasn't booed up until that time, and when he done that. It's just like any player when they do it, misdemeanor.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if you're black, white, or whatever you are. Yep. He got booed for what he did.
Yep.
Hawthorn supporters let him know every time he went near the ball.
Yep.
They played Carlton or someone the next week, and then that momentum started from there. And then there was this beard and all that sort of stuff. And look.
So there you go, guys. That's from someone who was at the game when it first started,
and unfortunately never reported it. It was reported and blown up. And at the end result, I agree. He was vilified, but when it started, it was just over the fact of any footballer that done the wrong thing, and there's millions of them done that, including myself. So, but at any rate, I think if you look at Eddie Betts and these guys, when they've played over in South Australia, they have been vilified over the fence and that sort of thing. And I disagree with that. I think it's terrible.
Of course.
And it shouldn't happen. I mean, every side's got Indigenous people, and not just Indigenous, by the way. We've got people from from the Lebanese that play in the game. We've got Americans. We've got Lin Jong plays. So we've got and we've got Nick Nat, the Fijians, and all this coming back into the game. But we're no different. So when we go to the football, one thing I do agree is yell your guts out. Enjoy the game. Be mindful that there are kids there, and but enjoy it. But if you want to say bald-headed flog or you green maggot, let's be honest, it's not.
Who's it hurt?
Be a little bit thick-skinned.
I mean, Corey's hurt me with the grey head thing, but I mean that's all right. I'll get over it. But talking about him, he reckons Blues ain't going to lose this week. You got the bye, have you, mate? Carlton, they must have, because he reckons they're not going to lose.
Well, they can't lose.
So there you go. If you've got an opinion on that, please send it in, subscribe, chat, get us over 100, because we need to get to 100 subscribers, and we're at 98 currently.
So. Are we wrong? Are we too hard on Gil McLaughlin? Do you like Gil McLaughlin? Well, what is he doing a great job? What is the game going forward, or is the game going back? What do you think? So you give us
That's
Give
what
us,
I think.
you know,
That's what I think.
subscribe, ring the bell, subscribe,
Mate.
you know, just get it out there. Make
Make
yourself
yourself
known and
Here's-
put a point of view across.
Here's part 2 of Gil McLaughlin, and I'm going to read this because this is actually a quote from, Jason Pearson Automotive
Pearson
in
Automotive.
Milton in Queensland, Brisbane.
Right,
Got a car to
man.
get service, go and see Jason.
Yeah.
He put this on his Facebook page, and I asked him if this was all right to read because I think it's pretty good. Jason Pearson, regarding the betting scandal at Collingwood. Hope you don't mind, but it makes a lot of sense, Jace. The AFL have bigger issues than a 20-year-old second-year player having 3 $12 bets on a game.
Yeah, big deal.
22 matches and $20,000 fine is crazy.
Yep.
2 current players in the AFL are $1 million in the hole with gambling problems. Get some help for them. Don't make examples of them.
Exactly. So, with the drugs... And
Well done,
everything-
Jace.
Yeah, well done, Jace. Because with the drugs that's been going on and the 3-strike policy, don't know whatever happened to that, Jeff, because that's gone by the wayside. But these guys, what people have got to remember is, yes, they're good at football, or they're good at rugby, or they're good swimmers, or they're good whatever they do in any sport. But at the end of the day, they're human beings. And this is a bigger problem throughout. So it's not just in sport and, whether it be mental health or anything like that. This is why we've got Beyond Blue, and this is why we get behind these things. But when young fellas like that, they get very well paid. And unfortunately, Jeff, they've got a little bit too much time on their side. They are educated. It's okay to be educated. But how many times we're all educated in life, but we do stuff up.
Yeah.
And when we stuff up, what you're saying, mate, I think, is that we don't want to crucify them.
That's too harsh.
That's too harsh.
They're making an example, and that's what Jason said. They're making an example of them, and they're not trying to help them.
No.
How is that giving him a $20,000 fine and 22 weeks in penalty going to help his $12 bets?
As was reported, and I suppose on a funnier side, and that now he's got more time to bet. So there you go. So all that time out, you're not helping him.
Yeah.
Just making him go to the TAB and probably have another one.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you are listening out there, mate, we've got Cleve's tips later on. So
Yeah, get on it. Get on it.
So,
And as we always say, bet irresponsibly on the show.
irresponsibly.
Because we certainly don't.
Yeah. So anyway.
Corey's just come up with saying gamers losing supporters. You're 100% right. And Carl, good evening, Carl, is saying
How are you, Carl?
dying slowly. And so am I, mate, to be honest with you. But,
well,
that's another story.
Well,
Killing me softly with your words.
Killing me
we
softly.
did talk about it, mate. We're nearly going to jump over. I've started watching a bit of rugby. And I'm getting into it. I'm getting into the rugby.
I'm enjoying it.
I know there's funny things going on over there too, but
Go the Eels.
at least they go at it. Anyway,
Now, Glare.
Was that out with it?
No, I'm still going.
Oh, you're still going.
I'm still going.
this is
Steve,
the
this is
longest
a-
out with
it
it,
is
but
the
we
long-
like out with it.
We're hitting your record.
I'm about to talk about something that I hate to talk about, Glenn.
Just do it, mate. Just do it. Go for it.
When is someone going to pull the trigger? That sounds bad. Flick the switch. Tell his mum,
Ring, ring.
Nick Kyrgios, you're out.
Oh,
You're done.
God.
You're spent. You don't want to be playing tennis. Don't play
Don't
tennis.
play.
I don't know why you're out there embarrassing, yourself, your country, the people around you, your family. You are making an absolute mockery of yourself, and mate, you get on my goat. Out with it, Glenn. Out with it.
That's out with it.
Have you heard what he's done?
No.
The latest thing?
No, I haven't heard.
Once again, I'm probably going to give you a bit of a read here, but we're coming up to Wimbledon. So Queens is on at the moment, right? So it's the lead-up tournament to Wimbledon. What's his name?
Kyrgios.
Has
Nick
Kyrgios.
he's having a bad game and he's yelling and he's having a go at everyone. He's throwing his racket around. He wins the game. He goes up to shake the hand of his opponent and the crowd boos him.
Right.
All
Fair
right.
enough.
So now he's turned around as he's walking off the court and he's told everyone in the crowd to go and suck my...
Yeah. Go and look at the
He's feeling a
flowers.
bit horny.
Yeah. So anyway, well, look at that. I mean, that's
He's blowing his nose while he's playing, and a reporter took a photo of him blowing his nose. So he's grabbed his hanky and he's walked up and he's thrown it at the reporter because he didn't like someone taking a photo of him while he's blowing his nose.
Well, look, do we blame Kyrgios here, or do we go back to the officials and that? You know what they do? They turn around and they say, "Look, you're a damn good. Look, this guy can play.
Great guy.
He's got potential to be great, and no one's doubting how good he is.
Yeah.
But if you don't look at this guy here that had a $37 bet, did you say? Or
three $12.
Three $12 bets.
$36.
But this guy can't behave in any game that he plays. If he's losing, it's like he's like a little kid in a playground who doesn't get his lolly at the end of it.
Yeah.
And this guy just continues to do it. So Australian tennis.
Yeah.
Don't let him go and play. You ban him until he can come back.
Here we go. Here it is.
Yeah.
Gil McLaughlin, get out of AFL, go into Tennis Australia, and be the CEO there, and then he can deal with Nick Kyrgios, because I'm sure he's the man to do it.
And the other guy up in the Gold Coast, the other fella. What's his name?
Oh, Warwick Kappa.
No, we like Warwick. At least Warwick's got a little bit of... we like Warwick, actually. I like Warwick. But, no, what's his name? The other tennis player.
Bernard.
Tommy.
Bernard.
Because if he's not in trouble, now his father is. So, anyway.
All right, Al. I'm done.
We're done with Out With It?
That is Out With It.
That's Out With It.
No, Out With It. All right. That was Out With It, but I'm still sort of on Out With It.
Right, we go on rugby union.
Israel. Let's go to Israel.
Well, let's go to Israel, because I think we've both got a little... We've both done some homework on him.
Well,
well, look, you know, 3 million in donations is what the big fella's after, because he's turned around to supporters and he's said, well, these legal costs are, this is what it's going to cost me. So he's gone to his supporters and thinks that the people will raise money for him and get the 3 mil. Well, he's not as silly as you think, because he's well on the way to doing that.
Because listen to this.
What's he got there?
In the first 3 hours after he promoted his crowdsourcing campaign,
yes,
$200,000 in public donations on GoFundMe. In 3 hours.
In 3 hours. So
Israel Folau. So $200,000 in 3 hours.
And I know him and Maria, which is his wife, they commented that that we paid $100,000 out of our own pocket. Yeah. This is the same guy that was on a $10 million contract.
Boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo. I mean, geez, we feel sorry for you, mate. But listen, the only thing is with this, and I will say this, that he has had some backers. So it's not about this. This is a different thing. But he's saying it's not about money.
Yes.
Well, it's his livelihood, and he feels that he's got his. Now, this is the same thing. We've got to be careful what we say, but this is all about his beliefs.
Yep.
And this is where he thinks that he's been unfairly dealt with. He thinks that he can say. He thinks this is it within his rights as far as his religion goes to mention what he believes, as to some of the other rugby league guys that are from Fiji and from some of these other countries.
I personally don't have a problem.
No, and that's what and this is what he's trying to take him for, mate. This is about saving his career.
Yep.
So look again, if you want to write in, you want to get onto us and mention what you think. If you're an Israel Folau fan, that's fair enough, isn't it? If you're an Israel fan, you give us your view.
Look, I'm not a fan. I don't believe in what he said and where he's coming from. No. But he said it.
But he said it,
and it's his freedom to say whatever he wants.
Exactly right.
Bad luck. If he's upset someone, well then he's upset someone.
He's been in the roaster over at this, hasn't he? I mean, he's copping some flack over the fact that he's gone to the people and asked for the money, hasn't he?
Not once has Israel Folau said a bald-headed flog or a green maggot.
No.
Not once.
No.
But he's Anyway.
But isn't it funny? I know this is going out of the thing, but we've got people, and this is one thing. It could be on Out With It actually, but we've got people that are on the street, and they can't. They are homeless.
Hello, Newey.
They're homeless and everything else, and here we are. They're not getting the support. But here we are. We have a guy that can go, being a sportsman, jump straight on there and get 250,000 made in what, 3 hours?
200,000. Yeah.
200,000, whatever it is, in 3 hours.
Good point.
And we've got people freezing to death. And let me tell you, it's damn cold here. I don't know how people survive. So when we put things in perspective, Jeff.
Yes.
This is what.
No, you're right. You're 100% right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So again, give us your thoughts. But
you're 100% right.
Anyway, so that's all about Israel. So that's all pending, isn't it? Now that obviously, he'll have his day in court.
He will.
He will.
Now, mate,
Yes.
Exciting news this weekend. Make sure you check your local guides. But Alex Peroni, one of the favourites here on the Friday Frothy.
Alex Peroni.
We like Alex.
Cheers, Alex.
Don't we, Alex?
Cheers, mate. Hello, David.
Hello, David. Yes. It's his second race this weekend. So
I'm excited.
Saturday and Sunday. He's racing.
Love it.
I can't even say this. Paul Ricard at Le Castellet.
Oh, good effort. Good. Is that circuit Paul Ricard?
Yeah,
you're right.
In France, yeah. Paul Ricard.
Le Castellet.
So it's the lead up to the Formula One race. And our fave here, the Alex Peroni in the Frothy Bar, will be racing his Formula 3 race car.
And we'll be right behind you. Not only just the Frothy team here, the whole lot of us, Al and Leah and ourselves, but it'll be all.
Yeah.
We did it.
We've done it.
Carl just said congrats, 100 subscribers.
Hey!
Yay.
Thank you so much, guys. I wish I had some streamers. Bang!
Well done. Hey.
I'll wave the
celebration
flag.
next week.
Fantastic, eh?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. We've now actually got our own YouTube channel.
we
so
have, and,
thank you for that.
Channel name.
Channel
Yeah,
name.
You've always had the
Channel name. So, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Carl, too, for putting that in, mate. Hope everything's going well in the building trade. I know it is, mate.
It is.
When he spoke
It's
last
soaring.
week. It's soaring. But, so... Where was we with that?
We're talking about Alex Peroni,
Alex
the superstar
Peroni,
from Tasmania, Formula 3, racing this weekend. Check your local guides. Last month it was on at 6 o'clock.
So that'll be on Fox?
Yeah, Fox.
Yeah, it's only
Channel
on
506. Check your guides, guys. Get on it. Make sure you get onto Alex's Facebook page as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talking to him personally, he loves getting people talking to him and saying, congratulations or well done, good luck. Get on board with Alex. Get on his Facebook page.
There's a guy that really probably does need the
he does. He needs
to actually get to be an Israel Flyer or something like that, because this kid's trying to reach his dream.
Yeah.
So it's not easy, mate. It's expensive sport.
Believe me, he will get there.
He will.
He will get there.
He's driven.
Now just
get it.
driven.
Sorry.
Now just what we're talking about, the racing, Glenn, Renault and what's his name?
Red Bull.
Ricardo. They reckon
sorry.
that this race is going to be a game changer for Renault, and he's going to be more in the race, but they're still talking midfield.
What did they do to the car?
Oh, well, they've turned a little bit here, and they've nibbed a little bit there, and they've taken a bit of weight from here, and Leroy's getting larger. so look out for Daniel Ricciardo, because they reckon that his car's going to be a lot more competitive this weekend as well.
Okay,
so.
well,
a bit to watch.
So we're watching that on the weekend then? Okay, so there's another... Hey, what a great week in sport. So...
Talking about a great week in sport, what about we have a look at some odd sports?
Love our odd sports. Could it get any odder, though, Jeff? Do you think it's going to get any odder than what we've shown?
Oh, I reckon we can get odd.
Let's see what our guru,
what have we got
Alison,
on there, producer tonight?
What Alison's got there for us.
It's really odd, like this intro.
Here we go.
All right, so odd sports for this week. Are you ready for this?
Ready?
Yeah, sorry.
We're ready.
Yes,
sorry,
we're ready. Yeah, we're ready.
Hold your hand up in the air, your palm up in the air. Actually, your right hand. Do your right hand. All right, face each other. Each other!
Oh, hang on, we've got two ears, haven't we?
Alright, now, just
I do have a
line
headache.
it up with your mate's cheek.
I do have a headache.
Line it up with your mate's cheek. No, you don't have to actually slap. I'm not
I think we get the picture. And she's a bit red in the cheeks. I don't think I already hit you.
We are talking a bit of face slap tonight.
Nice.
Nice bit of face slap.
Turkey.
And this isn't you know, that nice little comical one that you do with your mate, you muck around. This is serious business.
This is fair dinkum.
This is fair dinkum. Let me show you a little bit of this.
You can sit down here, mate.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the finals! That's it, here we go. Nice little pre-slap smile.
Oh, you're my boy, Blue!
Here we go.
Come on, William. Don't pay no pay.
You're moving, bro. You're moving. You're moving.
How rough is that?
Holy cow!
Oh, no. Oh, God.
They're a bit rough, aren't they? I like the last one because the last one kind of must have just clicked him above the eyebrow, and he's opted out. He's opted out of that for that challenge. And I'm not surprised.
I don't blame him. He's a behemoth. I mean, they're tough cookies. Hey, doesn't look so bad with Ben Stratton now, does it?
Pinchy.
Pinchy, little pinchy.
So, Al, any news on where this is played? This game?
Sorry. I'll put a link in the description so that you can have a little look.
So that is
I
actually.
didn't do a lot of research this
poor.
week. I got a bit poor. And
So Al, that is actually classed as a sport.
that is a sport, yeah. Face slapping.
If any of you viewers have seen anything like that, then you can comment on it. Perhaps you were there.
Or if you'd like to see it here on the Friday.
Perhaps you were there in the audience. I don't know.
Or if you're after something that is a little bit less extreme, I'll show you this next clip.
I've got another
Are you ready?
We've got another one.
This is for those
Hold tight.
that might not like a face slap. You might be more in the derriere type region.
Oh,
Here
kick
we
it.
go.
Hey, we're not talking
Here we
Israel.
So, whip out your hot pants.
We haven't seen it yet, so you talk for a sec,
you're
right?
For this one. You'll see the girl who shakes her hand. She actually hurts a little bit here in a minute. So
Here we go.
There we go. Oh,
That's not.
That's all right.
Going all soon.
Really?
Yeah, it's looking good.
Oh, a bit of a pinch there.
This is she goes for the grab.
That's Catwoman.
That's Olivia Newton-John there in the hot
it?
pants.
Is it?
No, not really. No.
Right. I'll have some more of that
Well-
in Frothy Bar.
I've actually, the old joke is, mate, you heard that one, haven't you? Your face looks like a arse. Have you heard that?
No.
No, well, that's what we've had. Face slap, and now we've had arse slap.
Hustler.
So
that is a sport. It's Russia.
that's a sport in
Russia.
Russia.
That's
So
Russia.
Okay,
And,
they're in a lot of
Both
hurry
links to
there.
those videos, they've come from other YouTube channels, and I've put the link in the description.
Oh,
So
there you go. So we don't get done with
we
copyright. The links
call
are in
it
the description.
no, we call that hardcore sports.
Well, there you go. So there you go. That's
No, well
odd
done,
sports,
mate.
mate.
No,
It is
that's-
odd sports.
That's
Okay.
another one.
Yeah.
Just like to come back and say hi, Renee. Renee's back on again.
g'day, Renee.
So Renee, all the way
Good
up
evening.
there. I'll tell you what, Renee, I hope it's damn a lot warmer up
I
there.
reckon it's pretty cold up there as
It'll be about 14 at night, wouldn't it? It's about 2 here.
Anyway, so well done, Nell. That was
How you going, Renee?
No
Kids, Shane, how are you? Sorry.
Jeez.
Hey! 40. Yes.
Yes, 40, 100
we're
subscribers. It's a big
celebrating.
night. 100
Yeah.
subscribers,
Celebrating.
40
shows,
shows.
100 subscribers.
So we've done our Formula 3, mate.
Glennie, big game on Sunday night.
Yes.
And listen, anyone out there, guys who are watching, what are your thoughts on the State of Origin being in Perth on a Sunday night? It's a bit odd for me, but second game. I don't mind the decider being away, but
And who do you go for? Just
Yeah,
ring in and just
who you
let
on?
us know. You're a Blues. You people in Sydney and that, New South Wales, if you want to get on the frothies and that, just tell us who you go for. Who's your best player? And Mr. Pearson up there, he put us right up there, didn't he, with the game at Lang Park up there, or
He did.
Suncorp, as
He
they
did.
call
He was
it.
on the ground.
Suncorp up
Yeah.
there now, they call it. So he showed us what it was like. So get up there and talk about the State of Origin. But as Jeff said, viewers, it's in Perth. So State of Origin 2 in Perth, which is actually starts Australian Eastern time is 8:10
8:10
for us. That's for us.
I'll be in bed.
But anyway, so that's on a Sunday. So, but I'll be watching it.
Yeah.
But I love it. I'll stay up all night. But anyway, look. State of Origin 2. The Maroons are 1 up, and they're beaten. The last game they beat the Blues 18-14, as everyone knows.
Good game.
Kevy Walters, if they get this game,
Kevy Walters might come on the Friday Frothy.
well,
Just put it out there.
hey, there you go.
Breaking news.
Okay, it's breaking news, but
Okay.
the boys can take this home, mate. If the Maroons win this one, it doesn't go to Sydney, Jeff. But if the Blues get up, then the last game is in Sydney. So at any rate, look, I'm just going to go straight into it. So just quickly I'll try my best with some of these names because it's
I'll help
a
you out,
little
mate.
bit challenging. Challenging
As long as we're not gagging on Pongai again this
No,
week.
so New South Wales. This is the New South Wales team for this Origin 2. James Tedesco, Blake Ferguson. Here we go. Tom Tribojevic, Okay. We'll have a go, and I apologise to Tom.
Just sneeze as you're saying.
Yeah.
Jack Whiten, Addo Carr.
Oh, Addo.
Yeah, he's there. James Maloney's back in, the Panthers champion player.
Yep.
Matthew Cleary, he's another Panthers man. So they're two brothers there together.
Yep.
Daniel Safiti, Damien Cook, Paul Vaughan. Captain.
I thought they said Paul Vaughan.
I know, he loves it, Jeff. He loves Paul. Well, I like Fatty.
Oh, Fatty.
But at any rate, Captains Boyd Cordner, Tyson Frizzell, and Jake. This is his brother, Jake, and he's into the side.
You get to say twice.
Yeah, Jake
Trebojevic.
Trebojevic.
I'd say
Trebojevic.
Nice.
There you go. So we've got a teacher.
No, I'm reading it off the comments.
Yeah. So thanks for that.
Newey4 says.
Oh, look, someone's actually... Newey4's actually spelled it for us. Look, Travojevic. You are a champion, Newey4.
I only went to Newtown High School in Tasmania, mate, so that's the best I can do. And it doesn't get any better, so you can help me with this one too, because the bench is... I can't even read my own writing. I think it's Dale Finucane or something. Tariq Sims.
That's what you put on teeth, isn't it?
Cameron Murray and Wade Graham. I'm just skipping through that. So that's the whole New South Wales team. Obviously, Brad Fiddler. There's the that's Alison's.
Fit.
She likes he
wouldn't fit.
But anyway, going straight into the Queensland, the Maroon side is Jeff's favourite player and mine, Carlin Ponga, Corey Oates, Michael Morgan, Will Chambers, Dave Gagai, Cameron Munster.
Munster.
You like the Munster. Dale Cherry Evans. I feel like that's a fruit, but I was going to eat it. He's the captain. Dylan Napier, Ben Hunt,
careful.
Josh Papalai, I think. Felice Kafusi.
Hey, Felice
Kafusi, Matt Gillette, and Josh.
We keeping you awake back
and
there,
Josh Maguire. That's our makeup artist there. She's fallen asleep. On the bench is Moses Mumbai, Jared Wallace, Tim Glaspie, and David Fafita.
Now, I don't want to sound like I'm racist or anything, but have a listen to that name, Moses Mumbai.
Yeah, it's
how good is that?
It's a ripper. I like it.
Moses.
I might change. Glenn Cleaver to that. The ins
is Fiddler.
God, here we go,
Mr. Quickie.
Here we go. Is the ins for New South Wales was Ferguson. How do you pronounce that again?
Trebojevic.
Exactly what they just said. Maloney, who's he's been around for a while. Maloney.
So is there Trebojevic in both teams? Is there?
No, they're two brothers in the New South Wales.
I thought you'd done Queensland. I knew someone.
No. And Safiti, God, I'm going to swear. I'm going to say the wrong thing. Finucane, Sims, and Graham. Outs. Now, this is the breaking news, mate. Latrell Mitchell dropped.
That's
the great Tramill, and he's a star. Josh Morris. I thought he played all right. The old warhorse there, mate. They dropped him. Cody Walker's out. David Clemmer, which is a bad one. And old Payne Haas, not you. Sorry, mate. I spat at you.
The old avocado.
Angus Crichton. That's the blue side. Quickly, I'm not going to muck around. Straight in. Queensland. In Wallace. Out Jay Arrow and Joe Offaninge. Sports bet for this game is $1.93. That's each.
What?
So no, they both get $1.93. So she's even.
Oh really?
Even Stevens. No, exactly. New South Wales are trying to win consecutive State of Origin series.
Yep.
Queensland has won 11 of the past 13 Origin series. Now, this is what we think how New South Wales can win by bringing back Panthers Maloney with Nathan Cleary.
Yep.
So being in the same team, that'll help. Mitchell Pearce, he's out. Who they're going to miss him. So the 5'8" Maloney, he's a proven match winner and should lift, as I said, his fellow Panthers teammate. Fittler has gone for speed and has opted to just
drugs.
Two specialist props.
He's gone for drugs. Is that what you're saying?
No, he's gone for
speed. You said he's opted for speed.
Oh, yeah, well.
Hey?
Bella has.
Yeah, he's gone for speed. You're right.
He's not a quickie.
So he's but he's only got two specialist props. So he believes the Blues can get him on the outside, Jeff, with pace. So from that, Queensland. No, just quickly, Queensland's last chance to win will be a repeat, obviously, of what they did, I think, in Origin 1. I think they did anything wrong. They had a ferocious defence. They strangled the Blues with their line speed, and your mate, and you love saying it, Dane Gagai, and he's absolute star. He could hold the key. He's scoring 2 tries and running 270 metres. He's an Origin specialist on the wing, and he's had 11 tries from as many games.
Yep.
And the fact is that New South Wales have dropped your mate Latrell Mitchell, and that may be the difference in the game, because it's either going to be a master stroke or it's going to come back to haunt him. So that's my rugby league.
There you go, Glenn. Well done.
Yeah, so I think so. If any of you, as you can say that, mate. Any people there, the rugby league. But if you got any thoughts on the game, or get it through to us at any rate. What do you think?
No, nice work. Oh, look, being in Perth, I think it'll be rigged, and Blues will win the game. So there's a
It's a big grand the big head-to-head in the next one.
Down in Melbourne.
Yeah, it generally happens. They've got to need to get as many people in seats as they can.
Obviously, New South Wales doesn't deserve to have a game. No. So anyway, mate, let's jump into AFL news and Nathan Vardy.
Let's go party. Let's go.
No, Nathan Vardy, not Barty.
But he likes to party, no?
Eagles coach Adam Simpson's had to apologise during the week. There's a bit of sledging going on behalf of Andrew Gaff.
He made a gaff.
They'll right hook.
Nathan Vardy's had a go about him while he's kicking for goal and having a crack.
I saw that. That was a training.
Yeah. So Ross Lyon, boo-hoo, is all upset and demanded an apology. I don't know if he demanded an apology, but Adam Simpson gave an apology and said that it shouldn't have been used, and we don't want to hurt anyone's feelings anymore in this world because we're all a bunch of soft. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
a little bit weak in the underbelly,
mate.
Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if you watched the game last night. I didn't, but Jeremy McGovern has he's been banned for a week for throwing.
Well,
what's his name? Matt? Was it someone? Matt? We might be able to help me.
Guelphy. Young Guelphy. He looks like Billy Idol, actually.
Just
got the blonde.
Oh, it's him.
He's had the rinse.
Billy.
He's had the rinse put in. Yeah,
but just on that, here's the security guards getting involved again.
Did they?
Well, he threw him into his chair.
They'll be playing.
Yeah, but he should have got out of the way. They're only those plastic chairs hurt.
They can have their own side.
No, it's quite seriously. No, we're not going to laugh at the matter. The kid did hurt himself, and he's not too good. But the thing is, that boundary, that chair is. It was just on the line, just over it. Now they're running flat out. I am very surprised. So my beef is why? How did he get a week? I don't think he should have been reported.
Oh, I need to
and look, even my team, what's his name, the fullback, James Frawley, going back in the early game at the MCG. I think I can't remember which the guy was, but and that's a lot bigger boundary, and he pushed him towards the boundary, but it was. The momentum stuck him into the fence, and he got a fine. Now this happens, and he's rubbed out. I'm sorry, but I think that the football it's gone mad.
Do you think it's time that security guards probably don't have a chair on the ground, and maybe they sit in the ground? If they're going to have security, maybe they sit on the other side of the fence.
Yeah, I think the only ones that I reckon that's a great point, and that the only thing is, as you said, is you got your dugouts.
Yep.
Your trainer.
Yep.
And that's it. And because you can't even have water boys anymore, can you? That's another thing's on mad.
They should hook bodyguards or whatever they call them, security guards at the AFL to human drones and just have them fly around.
Well, perhaps they should have drones, attacking drones.
Yeah, they just get
come
wired
in
onto a
and
drone.
drop in on them, mate.
A bit like Harry Styles in that video clip.
Well, we've got American eyes, so God, that'll be neat. Sorry, mate.
I was just going to say the other funny thing about that incident last night was the fact that they didn't put Matt, what's his name, Guelphy. They didn't put him into an ambulance to take him to the hospital.
Yeah, they put him in a little Uber, didn't he?
They put him in a cab.
Oh, an Uber.
So I'm starting to wonder.
He's not with Michael Caton, is he? He's not in the last cab to Darwin. Last cab to Darwin.
Is it possible that Perth's having the same problems as Tasmania with ramping with ambulances and they don't have enough, so they've had to put him in a cab?
Well,
that's not good enough.
As they said, a multi-billion-dollar industry or whatever it is,
it's not good enough.
And they put him in a damn cab.
Not good enough. Sorry, guys,
right?
Not good enough.
But so with that footy, though, now just thinking about that, mate, I know they arrived back, didn't they? The Essendon team arrived back in Melbourne tonight, earlier tonight, and a little bit of pressure, mate, already on John Worsfold, according to the scribes or the commentators and that do the 360s and all those sorts of shows and that. So he's under the pump. Give us your opinion on that.
I just want to answer something for Corey. Excuse me for 1 second. I just want to answer something for Corey here. He said, "What does the 100th subscriber get? A signed T-shirt signed by Jeff and Glenn." Not a bad idea, depending on what size T-shirt they wear, because we don't have a lot left.
And I can only hold my stomach in for a certain amount of time.
But it's a good idea. It's a good idea. We need to work out who the 100th subscriber was, and then we'll get one. Now, Glennie, let's go on to cricket, mate, because as someone said before, David Warner, Australia's defeated Bangladesh by 48 runs last night, right?
Sorry,
you're right.
Keep it straight bat. Yeah, sorry.
Your elbow's a bit...
I know.
Keep it up.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, that's all right. David Warner, you've probably already heard this. He's hit a record 166 from 147 balls to steer Australia to the win.
He's good.
But I just wanted to throw in here, Bangladesh fought an amazing game.
But they done the West Indies too.
They did.
And they beat them with all their good bowlers.
But they only fell short. Fell short of 48 runs, 8 for 333. That's a massive score for Bangladesh. Absolutely massive. So,
okay.
I just wanted to give it.
Well, I do too. Well, I think we did a good job to beat them because they're very capable. So they some good bowlers, and what was only 48 runs shy, wasn't it? Well, whatever.
Yeah, 48
runs was it? Sure.
And that was Australia's third highest score of all time. 5 for 381 after its 50 overs.
Let's be honest. If it wasn't for Warner. Perhaps we might have lost that.
Yeah, 100%.
And Uzzy did quite well. Yeah. And actually, Finchie's done nothing wrong. He had a pretty good score and was unlucky to get out on that. And the Big Show ran in and he got, I don't know, how many making it up, 30-something off about 7, I don't know, something ridiculous.
They reckon he's the difference of winning and losing, actually. Even though David Warner's had such a good game. They still think that Maxwell could be the winning bat for the World Cup,
Jeff, our next game is against the Poms.
I haven't seen the draw, mate.
Yeah, no, it is. It's against the Poms. So we've got top of the... and they think they're going to win... Well, they just think they really need to turn up. So Australia could turn it around.
Probably wash out. It'll be washed out.
Well, yeah. Possibly. It's in England.
Australia's back on top of the ladder, by the way, as well. So we're looking pretty good. We're on 10 points. I don't know. You weren't real aware of this.
I'm not aware of it. So this is great. This is good.
Matthew Wade, ex-Australian stand-in captain, wicketkeeper,
Scotty's boy, Scotty Wade.
Yeah,
great footballer.
He's gone over with a team of players in the Australian A team for a preview game before the Ashes start. And Matthew Wade isn't in the Ashes team, but I tell you what, mate, he is knocking on the door. He has just hit 117 off 67 balls in a 6-wicket victory over Northamptonshire. Yeah, so
get him in. So it's him or Carey, isn't it?
But well, no.
He could play as a batsman, couldn't he?
Well,
just as a batsman.
He's going to have to go in as a batsman because have a listen to this, mate. Because you've got these are the players that you've got putting their hand up for the gloves. You've got possibly Tim Payne, right?
Right. Yeah.
You've got Wade.
Yeah.
You've got Alex Carey. And then you've got Peter Handscomb.
Oh,
so Peter Handscomb, he's done well.
He's a keeper too.
He played well last night as well. So
Handscomb.
So there's a possibility of 4 wicket keepers that are over there at the moment could play. So if they have a reserve, but Wade has scored 1,021 Sheffield Shield runs at an average of 60.05 for Tasmania.
So he keeps doing it, doesn't he? He keeps hitting the runs, and
he's got to get in. He should be playing the World Cup.
I think, Matt, if you come on our show, mate, you'll get in.
Yeah,
I think we can help you get in.
Will
you come on, mate? We'll get you on. We'll
Matthew
Wade, talk to your father, Scotty, and get you on.
If you're watching this, I spoke to him up in Bunnings, to be honest with you.
I don't know, Matt, but I know your dad, so we might...
so Matthew Wade, we're expecting you to come on the show, mate.
We are.
Mate, all the best. I don't know if you heard about this one, but this is going to be hard for me to say. Afghanistan's Hashmatullah Shahidi.
Yes, that's not bad.
He got hit in the head during the week against England and was a pretty bad blow. Split his helmet.
Oh, really?
He was told to come off, and he refused to come off and played on. And the reason he played on was because he didn't want his mother to worry about him.
Isn't that nice?
He wanted to keep playing, so Mum didn't worry about him. So he had his
shout out to all the mums.
Yeah, well done, mums. Watching your kids getting smashed in the head with cricket balls. He went on to actually score 76 before he got finally out. So well done to whatever your name was.
I can remember a football game once, and my mother was on the ground because I got hit in the nose 3 times. But I think she was going to biff the guy that hit me. Oh, Gracie. How you going, Gracie, out there?
Oh, Gracie.
And she'd be laughing because she knows that's true.
Yeah, mate. Just a little bit of soccer news, or the great game of football, as they call it. There's a World Cup going on at the moment with the women's, and the Matildas beat Jamaica during the week 4-1.
What? Yeah,
now,
look, I'll in the finals, aren't they? Semi-finals.
I want to talk it up, and I want to say how great it was. And
what is?
Did you see some of the goals?
No.
I'm going to reenact one of the goals, and excuse me while I do this. But
are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Do you want your stick, mate?
No, I'm all right. Okay. I'm all right. So basically, Sam Kerr is in the goal.
Don't hurt yourself.
She's in the goal square, right? Am I in shot here, or am I too high?
You're a little high, but that's okay.
She's a little bit smaller.
She's in the goal. She's in the goal square, and the ball's over here, and it gets kicked in, and accidentally gets kicked to her, and she's in front of the goals.
Right.
And the next minute, the ball's on her foot, and she's like gone, oh. And then she's just kicked it and got a goal. So, look, you have to watch it to understand it.
That was one of... And she kicked 3 more, though, didn't she?
She kicked 4 goals, but, 2 of them were a little bit... But well done. Well done. You've done a tremendous job. But a couple were gimmies. So I'm saying that was a gimme.
They beat the...
Even she was surprised that she kicked that goal.
They beat the West...
They beat Jamaica. Which they were expected to.
And now they've got Norwegians.
Norway.
Yes. The Norwegians.
And that'll be on Sunday. If you're interested, guys, it'll be on Sunday at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Now, they win that, Jeff. Have I got it right? That makes them in the top 8?
16, is it? Or...
No, top 8.
Top 8,
if they're 16, sorry, if they beat... If they beat them, Well, look, good on her. You know that she's... I think we've mentioned it before, the great Kerr that played football in the centre for West Coast. Yes. This is the youngest. Yes. This is the youngest sister.
Genius. And I'm not having a shot there. I'm just saying it was. He was a lucky goal.
Yeah, it was, but she's a star. She is a star.
I tell you what, here's a bigger star. Your mate, Ash.
Party.
Let's go.
Let's go party. Let's go party. And listen, can I now? There was a bald-headed flog.
Oh.
I don't know. Was he bald-headed? I don't know. But there was an article, right, that came out from a French tennis player. Okay, so looking down the barrel at you.
André Lecomte.
I beg your pardon.
He was rated number 10 once. I don't even know. I've never heard of this guy. That's how good you were, mate. Anyway, and he said that he walked out because of the final, because she was playing another girl that was about 18, 19-year-old champion from wherever she was from. But he just decided it wasn't much to watch, so he just walked out and he said, it's no good. It's not good enough. So, I mean, to you, mate, to you...
Oh la la!
You know...
He does it so well.
You're a flog.
You're a flog.
You are a flog.
So, who cares what you think and who are you?
Exactly right.
So, go down to the milk bar with Kyrgios and go and talk about something else, mate. Let our champion... dine in the fame and fortune that she justly deserves. So well done, Ash Barty. We love you. And it wouldn't it be good if we got Ash Barty on?
Well,
on the phone. We might do one day.
Check this out, Glenn. She's 3 matches away from being world number 1.
I know. And you know what? You wouldn't get a better person to get that, because she was going to, we did mention she was going to finish football. No, she's a great cricketer. She's a women's cricketer. She could have kept doing that and played for Australia, but she was going to give up tennis, and she got that disillusion.
She went the right sport.
She could
But
be.
she's a champion. Well done.
She could be the
went the right
first
sport.
Australian to be ranked in number 1 in 40 years. So
Yes.
the last person to do that was Yvonne.
She's a great, as we said,
Goolagong.
great Indigenous talent and a great Australian.
We love you, Ash.
1976
Yeah,
was the last time Yvonne Goolagong
We
Corley
don't-
held the number 1 spot for 2 weeks.
And we don't just like you, Ash, because you're winning and you're up the top. It's because
No.
it's because of your effort. Every time you've gone out
And your attitude.
and your attitude, and that's why you are a true
Star.
Australian star.
You're
Well
a
done.
star. Now, mate, just before we get into Cleve's tips, let's get on to a little bit of golf. You watched
chip-
the end of this.
chip in the
I was hard at work, so
I did watch it, mate. The golf.
this
was,
is the US Open at Pebble Beach.
Yep, we had Woodland, obviously Copia, who is the won the last 2 in a row, was going for 3 in a row.
Yep.
And Gary Woodland, sorry, didn't say Gary, but Gary Woodland, he comes from I'm trying to think of this right. I don't know if it was from a gridiron or something like that. He was a top sportsman, but just a very good top golfer. And he got into the golf, and they reckon he's a champion bloke. I just listened to the commentators. They said he's a champion guy. He's unassuming. Well built, like he's like Copia. They both got the physique.
Yeah,
hits the ball.
Similar to
He was one of the very similar to you, Jeff.
Yeah.
He was one of the longest hitters.
Well, bigger
actually,
than Copia.
Yeah, no, he can hit the ball, and
It's 375 yards there.
yeah, I know. And Pebble Beach, it was at Pebble Beach, which is in Los Angeles, and the holes are unbelievable. There's one hole there where they have to hit. You got hills, water, cliffs, and they had to sort of hit to the, I don't know, I suppose away from that to the left, and then they hit in, and this green is pint size. And
I could do with a pint right now, actually.
yeah, I could do. Okay, let's have one. Beautiful, Frothy.
That's a Frothy.
Thanks for that, Corey.
Oh, actually,
I was just going to say, but this game, seriously, it was one of the best games. Our own Adam Scott at one stage, he was doing really well.
Yeah.
And he unfortunately
Dropped a couple
he
of shots.
bogeyed, didn't he?
For 2.
He double bogeyed, and he was right in. He could have won it.
Yeah, he finished at 6 under, Glenn.
Yeah, but Reevy did well. Justin Rose from England was doing really well. And at the end of the day, this guy, Gary Woodland, he just held fat, mate, and nothing seemed to worry him. He sort of got to the stage where in other games there, he just hasn't been able to get over the line, and they reckon there was not a better deserved winner than Gary Woodland. So well done.
Well done.
And it was
done.
terrific to watch. The whole thing was brilliant, mate. Sorry.
Now, Al, could we just chuck
Wanna
up?
do a break?
Yeah, just let's just for our sponsor is just a quick 20-second little break. G'day guys, it's Jeff here from the Friday Frothy. I'm here with Corey from Corey's Garden and Landscaping, our major sponsor for the Friday Frothy. And well, there you go. Thanks again to Corey from Corey's Garden and Landscaping.
Yes, thanks,
mate,
Corey.
Because,
And Cole,
yeah.
everyone out there.
now, look,
And the kids.
I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah,
Kids.
did
The
you
kids
see?
were there. The
did you
kids
see
were
what
on.
they did during the week? They
I did.
wrote a
They did.
song
That was lovely,
and I put it on
wasn't
Facebook.
it? Yeah,
So,
no.
Heidi and Brock,
Heidi and Brock.
champions, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That
Thanks,
was
thanks, kids. That's great.
it warms the cockles of your heart. Is that what they say?
Does. Well,
Oh, look at that. That warms my cockles. Now,
it's Friday Frothy. That's
is
why
Friday
they call
Frothy.
it Friday, mate.
Glennie, we're up to one of the segments that I actually quite enjoy on Friday Frothy. If you
that
haven't
like?
seen this before, ladies and gentlemen, this is Cleve's Tips.
Oh.
Alrighty, what have we got this week, mate?
Well, mate,
Tell me you've got something good because
look, I'm trying my best. It's not. Look, I don't know. This week's pretty hard, but I had a little look at it. We're going to have a look at conditions. That
first of all, how did we go last week?
Mate, we're up. We come up. We didn't go back anymore, but I tell you what, it's a wonder we didn't go back because I had a lot of everything we put on the show last week. We backed. Now it wasn't looking good at one stage there, but I got 4 winners and we got right back. We've jumped up nearly back to the 300.
We're nearly up $300. So.
We're $10 shy. So we haven't done bad, but I've got to get that elusive $20, $30. We got to get one of those big ones up, mate, don't we? So anyway,
for the Friday Frothy Christmas party that we're going to take all these people to.
I'm certainly not going to take. I'm not going to be a professional gambler. There's no risk about that. But we're not doing too
Nor
bad.
will you play for Collingwood. But go on.
No, but there you go. That's true too. I'll never play for Collingwood. I wouldn't play for Collingwood even if I was good enough.
No.
But at any rate, how you going up there, Mick? Mick, brother. One-eyed Collingwood and Fuzz. Any rate, no, look, we'll go straight into it. So we did pretty well last week in the end with a little bit of, lost a little bit more hair. But Saturday venues, Eagle Farm, Randwick, Flemington and Morphettville this week. Straight into it, Flemington. So this is what I picked out. Horse 2, race 2. God, here I go again. Horse 2, Flying Crupt.
Who?
Flying Crupt. 360. We'll do him on the tote at the moment because he's a favourite.
Get on the tote.
So race 4, horse 6.
Oh, hang on.
Last week.
Yeah, what?
Last week. Yeah, remember last week?
Yeah.
Well, that's the horse last week.
But you're betting on this week.
Yeah.
So get on last week, this week.
Yeah. 680 on the tote, so I'd get on him. Race 7, horse 1, Guy Trash. Now we've won on him and. Jeff obviously remembers that horse because, we speak a lot of trash sometimes.
We do.
We a couple of guys.
We do.
So, Guy Trash.
Yep.
$5 as a fixed. Race 8, horse 1. I'm going to... We backed this horse the other week. It come second and third. I'm going to forgive that last run and think that... Aristocratic Miss... At $11, remember I said it was good odds last time? Well, we come third, so we was just out of $11 as a fixed. We're going to put $5 on it.
Wow.
Race 9, big money. Race 9, horse 12, Bad Wolf.
Ooh! That's
$6 fixed. Not a bad horse, that. So that's Flemington.
That is a bad wolf.
We're we're keeping away from Randwick because it's a heavy 8 up there. Could get worse, so we're staying away from there.
Oh.
That's good for the Mudlarks. But anyway, we're going up to sunny Eagle Farm, up to Brisbane, Vegas. So we'll go up there where the weather's a little bit friendlier. So we're going to go race 5. I hope my daughter's not watching tonight, but this is after you, Soph. Race 5, Sophie's Gold Class, and you are all class, darling.
She's
$6
overseas. She's having a fantastic time, young Soph.
Where is she, Lou?
Rome.
In Rome. My daughter's in Rome at the moment.
She's doing.
So, Soph, if you're listening to Dad's tips, $6.50 on yourself there.
Get on it, Soph.
So $6.50 is a fixed. Race 6, horse 9, vow and declare. Yeah. $6.30 on the tote.
While you're in Rome, that's what you do.
You do. You vow and you declare, I suppose. Yeah. Race 9, horse 3, Brave Song. It came second. We backed this the other week. It came second. It's time to win this week. $4.50 on the tote.
Come on, Brave Song. What are you doing?
Race 8, horse 10, Sabatino.
Hey, good player in the tennis. Remember her?
Yeah.
Gabriella Sabatini.
Well, that's not Sabatino. That's close.
Continue.
Yeah, $6.50 fixed. Over to Morphettville because there's a little bit finer over there. But race 4, horse 1, Go the Journey. And I hope Hawthorn go the journey tonight. I don't think they will, but it's over Sydney.
Too much pinchy going on there.
Pinchy, and we've lost him for 2 weeks.
Hello.
$4.60 on the tote.
What's this all about, Glennie?
And one that I thought Jeff would really like this horse.
No,
Mr. Quiggie's not running this week. He's in pasture at the moment.
Just before you announce this
he's actually probably just chewing the, what do you call it? Chewing the fat. Chewing the fat.
Now, I spoke with this fella a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Gave him a card.
He's got to come on.
And told him, as a true Tasmanian, he's got to come on the Friday Frothy.
What if he put money on this?
Wow.
He's not allowed to, is he?
What is it?
Is he?
Yeah, he's allowed to bet.
Oh,
just not
get on it.
Footy. What's the name of the horse? Where is it?
Race 7, horse 2 at Morphettville. Brown Ben.
Benny Brown.
Yeah. $6 is a fixed. Brown Benny Brown.
Benny
so
Brown.
get on that, mate.
Benny Brown.
Put the whole lot on it.
Yeah, put your house on it.
Get on to us because we want you on the show. You're Tasmanian.
We do.
We're Tasmanian,
we want you on there. You're going well. Yeah, he's going well, the big fella, and North Melbourne are going all right. A few injuries, though.
I believe you're getting a couple of phone calls from a few friends of mine, so you're probably watching the show. You're probably not. But if you are, Benny, you're a star. Come on the show.
So that's, as I'd always say with the tipping and that, check your guides, look for the ins and outs, but get in early if you want fixed.
Bet irresponsibly.
Yeah, and happy punting.
Go hard.
So...
and a jumper sign for Corey, up the Blues, and I give your mum the money.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, there you go.
To your group.
Well, there you go, guys. That's all we've got tonight.
Are we done?
We are done. We've just clicked over the hour mark, so it's time for everyone to get in the footy and enjoy your weekend.
We will, and thanks very much again to Tony Martin. I hope everything's going down there. We would have been at the pub at 5 or 4 after his work. By the way, Corey is a landscapist. Oh, well, we build a landscapist.
Landscapist?
Well, landscapist.
Landscapist.
Sounds like he's escaping. But Tony was too. Builder and a and landscaping. So
you could be a
there you go.
Player for Sandy Bay.
Well, exactly right. Absolute star. Tone, enjoy a few froths down there, mate. Yeah. All the best down there.
Thank you to everyone who subscribed. Thanks for getting us to 100. Thanks for watching our 40th show, and
we'll be back next week, mate.
We will.
It'll be episode 41 then.
We'll be one day older.
What are we going to do when we get 50?
Oh, we might have to do something special.
There you go.
I don't know what it is, but leave that with us. We'll do something special.
All right. So ring the bell, subscribe, get it out there, and let's just have a good week.
There you go.
And have a few froths over the weekend.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Friday. Frothy.
See you later.
Have a good weekend.